It is a relatively shallow site, 8 meter to the reef, 12 meter, and then about 15 meters to the bottom, sandy bottoms, and on the other side there is about 18 meters on the outer reef. So later when I show the map, then you'll see. This is certainly one of the healthiest dive sites around Perhentian Island. So, and also not many empty spots or sandy beaches for divers to land. Perhentian Island have very limited hard coral or any sort of coral nowadays. So be very careful when you bring divers here or when you plan to visit here. At least the divers know how to control buoyancy properly. Because as you can see, there's lots of staghorn corals, big tables corals in this area, and in a very healthy shape. So we wish that it can keep on growing and also getting better from time to time. And get more ready before diving this site. Little Tiger Rock. This is Gadom. This is where we always do our open water diver course. And then if you're on the other side, you go following the edge, you will reach Little Tiger Rock, and you follow this edge, you will go to Tiger Rock. Okay, the biggest site which I will introduce. It's a dive site where everybody will go when they come to Perhentian diving. So basically, Little Tiger Rock, these are the shallow reef area, which is very beautiful, and then the small boulders that have a lot of soft corals and also some swim through in it, just like Tiger Rock, but in a smaller version. Okay? It's a good mixture of hard coral and also the boulders corals and also the soft coral, compared to Tiger Rock. Tiger Rock more on the boulders and also the soft corals going on top of the boulders. Okay? So the dive site here, it's pretty, and because of there's some currents going around here. So the coral here is the healthiest corals in Perhentian Island. And there's a small sandy patch here where sometimes you can see big animal resting there as well, like beret, like the leopard shark I've seen once, okay? Sometimes eagle ray playing around there. Yeah, but despite all these marine creatures that you may see, you may not see, depending on your luck, the topography is certainly worth a visit in Little Tiger Rock. At the boulder side of it, you can find a lot of nudie branch, and the same like Tiger Rock nearby. Okay, and you can have this kind of three-dimensional cruising feelings when you dive in here. As on certain swim through, it's not a very big swim through, and also there's a lot of marine life and corals going on the rock. So be really very careful and selective on what type of how close you will be diving near to the boulders. Okay, and of course have to consider your divers buoyancy control skill. If you think that they can't handle, then make sure they just don't come in, because it may damage the environment as well. They're not which if you really love corals, love the environment. Okay, and also the finning. You see, there's a lot of restriction on finning as well. So you gotta have a very small actions on finnings when you dive this side. Go slow, go slow. So even you're not doing swim through or not near to the rock, you look at the rock formations and also those corals that go onto the rock. Okay, and it is actually very interesting to see how the topography form. Certainly, those boulders are over thousands or millions of years of erosions, and then it breaks into small pieces like this, and form on different shapes and angles, how they stand. And very close to all those boulders, you can see lots of glass fish and also fossilias and these herrings surroundings that the boulders seek for protections, especially when they are growing bigger. And from time to time, certainly you will see a lot of predator fish come into the near the boulders to do the hunting as well, such as the bluefin treeberries, the talang queenfish, sometimes sharks, and then cobias as well. Okay. These boulders are not small, yeah? So in order to give you a comparison, so this is when I'm diving, I try to shoot at least me inside, and then you see how's the topography around. See, okay, so there's a lot of small microorganisms on the wall if you dive slowly. So always dive slowly on this kind of site. It's not a very big site. Three different topography in this area. One is the edge here from Gadom towards here. You can see some seaweed here, and then clear, only sandy bottom side. So you look for maybe big stingray, the whiptail ray. Maybe you look for sand mover. Sometimes you can see some schooling, some muller as well. Okay, and then you have the reef slope around this area. Reef slope, you look for moray eels. You look for maybe a scorpion fish on the stony side, trigger fish. Okay. And go up here will be the hard coral area, the boulders, and come up. So the topography is actually very rich. And in between the small Tiger Rock, Little Tiger Rock, and Tiger Rock here, there's a few rocks here, mid rock, where the jet is hanging around this area. Okay, this is mid rock, and this bunch of jack is always around there. It's juvenile, not very big one, and they tend to swim very fast. Okay. And after mid rock, if you keep on swimming and swimming and swimming, following the topography, you can recognize them, you will reach about Tiger Rock. So let's swim there. Yep. So this is Tiger Rock. I'll do in maybe another briefing or site descriptions about details about Tiger Rock diving. Thank you for viewing.